What's up, guys? My name is Bravo, and welcome back to another video where I will be doing a tier list. Been what I would say like a month or two that I have done this. The last tier list I made was on Ninjala, but it was like on the gun weapons and all that. So I'm probably gonna make another tier list on that in a few. Hold up, I had Discord on, but I will be making another tier list on the future on the gun weapons because there is new ones coming every season. The same goes for like Shinobi cards. So this video is going to be about me ranking all of the Shinobi cards right now, like that's present at the moment. I will be updating I will not update, but I'll keep making a tier list based on like new Shinobi cards that will come out soon. But for now, I'm just gonna be ranking the ones that are out right here, and it is going to be so much fun. As you guys can see in the tiers, we have God tier, we have amazing, okay, not very good, and garbage. Because there is a lot of Shinobi cards that are good, and some of them are really bad. So without further ado, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. It is always appreciated. Let's get into this. So we're gonna start off with the Shinobi card starting dash. Starting dash, already, we're gonna start that off. Starting dash is God tier because this Shinobi card is really good, and almost every player in the competitive scene uses it because of its ability to increase your S energy capacity, along with that having this assist codes of increasing your speed, increasing your defense. It's a really good Shinobi card, and it's a must-have like in almost every single set you use. Next up, I said nest. Next up, we have Wall Shooter. That's going to be in the amazing tier because this ability is really good. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It has the ability to do more damage with its gumshoe while you're standing on walls, and it also has different type of assist codes where it reduces your cooldown, it increases damage to foes given, and when you do a gun bind, you will increase your ninjutsu gauge, but that's only when standing on walls. So it's a really good set to use, but it's like for good weapon. It's only for like a certain few of weapons for me to make it work properly because it's good, but it's not like good in every single weapon set that you can make. So I'm gonna be putting it in the amazing tier. Really good ability, and most people use it. I would say most people use it in teams, but because of the recent ban list, Wall Shooter is one of them, and I will explain why it's banned later on. But let's continue on with the tiers here. So next up we have Disconcerting Eye. I'm gonna put that in a not very good. Here's the thing. This thing can do is that drone locations can be seen through walls within a certain range. That's fine. That's fine. However, most people don't use it as much, and this is only used when people needs help trying to find drones faster. When all its assist codes can do is just all it does is increasing your range, increases your speed, and it reveals the foe's position. It's honestly not that good in the team battle wise, but in battle royale, it's good, but it's just not. And the fact that nobody uses it in team battles and is barely used in battle royale, that's really unfortunate and bad. So I'm gonna leave it in the not very good tier. I mean, I did use it back then. I really did. Not even gonna lie to you. I know how I know like its strengths and weaknesses, and believe me, it has a lot of weaknesses. It doesn't even all it just does is just increase your speed. So yeah, like that's it. So next up, we're going to have what is this? We have what do they call this again? I'm sorry. I okay. Yes. Okay. Oh my thing fell. I'm sorry. Anyways, back to the video. So yeah, next up we have Sudden Burst. I'm gonna leave that in the okay tier. Now, here's what it can do. It gives you the ability to activate an S burst one time. An S burst is like when you do the guard and then you do a parry and then it starts clashing with the opponent. That's what it is. So activating an S burst one time, even if your S energy gauge is depleted and resets every time you respawn. I'm gonna leave it in the okay tier because it's really interesting for certain weapons like hammers, yo-yos, because like most yo-yo players even like use this type of thing because they just want to get the clash. They just want to get the super armor attack. I know these yo-yo players. I battled a lot of them to tell the tale about it. But yeah, assist code wise, has really good abilities. Increase like defeating your foe with the E pawn, it increases well not increase, but it restores your HP, increases your ninjutsu gauge, and increases your S energy gauge. Energy? Energy gauge. Really good abilities, really good assist codes. And I'm gonna leave it in the okay tier because like it's at a range between like 50-50. So better yet, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna put it in amazing. I'm gonna put it in amazing because it's really good for like what it's really good for yo-yo weapons. So I'm gonna go easy on y'all. Next up, we have life drain. I'm going to put that in amazing as well. Actually, I'm gonna put it in a middle. I'm gonna put it in middle. What this does is that it absorbs life from your foe when attacking with a gun weapon. However, standard rate of life recovery will be reduced. So what that means is that if you guys didn't know, like when you do a battle and when you take damage, like for a certain period of time, you will regenerate your HP at a normal rate. But when you have this Shinobi card, the rate of your regeneration recovery is lowered because you have the ability to do damage and you're taking HP from your opponent while you're doing the damage. And the assist codes that go with it is that you're able to increase the damage of the life absorb. Not only that, you get reduced damage taken and reduced gum damage taken. Like, if you don't know what both of those mean, for damage, for the regular one, is when you getting hit with the weapon. For gum damage is when you're taking damage from gum shoots. So it's a really good ability on like both offense and defense. And you're able to like take as much HP as your opponent. And it's really good. It can also come up with like other shinobi cards that's really good with lowering your opponent's HP, but we're gonna get into that soon. Next up, we have, if I could find the name of it. Okay, next up we have Gum Guard Master. Gum Guard Master, I'm gonna put this in garbage. It's not that good. Like it's not many people uses it as much, and all it just does is increases your ninjutsu gauge and just your defense after that. And it's not many people use it because like other shinobi cards almost has the same ability as what this one has, so I'm gonna leave it to garbage tier. Not much people likes using this, and I might be wrong, but it's it's what I think that might be the case because like not most people uses it. Next up, we have this. I almost called it disconcerting eye. Next up, we have Ninja Sense Pro, and I'm going to put this in not very good as well because this what reason being is because this ability is that it uses your ninja sense to detect opponents behind you. Let me just get out the word ninja sense. What it means is that like when you see someone around you, that's only when you're looking forward. They can't you don't have the ability to look behind you unless you have this shinobi card equipped. But I'm only leaving it not very good because all it does is that it increases your ninja sense pro. You move faster when you can't detect no one, but like this is where the starting dash comes in because this is actually kind of better than what this one has with the speed increase. And the damage increase is when you increase gum and damage dealt by first strikes against people who are morphed. And what that means is that when they transform, like either from the yo-yo weapon or from the recovery thing, we're gonna get into that. Because sometimes when you transform into like some type of object, your life recovery rate becomes faster. And there's a shinobi card that's coming up right now that makes it way more faster. So yeah, not really exciting for a shinobi card like this. So I'm gonna put it in not very good. Next up, we have Master of Change. Now this, I'm gonna put it in okay. What this does is that increases the morph gauge capacity, allowing for longer morphing time. Now, the shinobi cards that go with it is that the capacity is increased, like the gauge. The life recovery rate is increased. Along with that, the gauge refill rate is increased. So, like, it's for I almost said Pokemon. What the heck? It's for players who has like weapons like the Popeye or the what did he? There was a certain they called the healing weapon, the healing hammers. I'm just gonna call it that. The healing hammers. I think this Shinobi card specifically is good for those type of weapons because like the healing hammers has the ability to heal, and like if you want to be the player who like heals their members mid match and you can heal yourself drastically, that should be a good Shinobi card for the healing hammers. So I'm gonna leave it okay because like most people, but at the same time, not most people uses it. So it's like at 50-50. So I'm gonna leave it right there. It's a really good Shinobi card, but it's just not up there with the big guys. Next up, we have two Edge Parry. This I'm gonna put this in God tier because this thing is real. This thing is really awesome. Like a lot of people uses this. What this does is that when parrying, both you and your opponent's life will be reduced. However, life will never be reduced to zero. Now, if we look at the assist codes here, increase the life reduction, and it could also reduce the reduction to self when you're parrying. So, so like, if you guys are confused, when you do the parry, and each time you parry, you and your opponent's life will be like over and over, but it's not going to go to zero. Now, the assist codes that go with it is that one of them is that increases the life reduction to you and your opponent, and there's another Shinobi card that reduces it only to you when you're parrying. And the last one, it deals damage to surroundings when a parry occurs. Like so, when you do a parry and then you see like that circle and people gets pushed back. If you have the Shinobi card, people will get pushed back and get damaged. And that damage actually has the ability to kill people. Like I'm not sure if it has the ability to do an epone, but yeah. So I'm gonna leave it at God tier because it's really awesome. I'm gonna put it below starting dash. Next up, we have Uta SemiMaster. I'm gonna put this in God tier because this thing is just overpowered. Like a lot of people uses this, and there's a lot of combos that could go with it too. Better yet, I'm gonna leave it in middle because it's that good. Now, what this does is that when a gum Utusemi is attacked or touched by a foe, it explodes, causing gum damage. Now, I'm gonna leave it in God tier because this thing is just really used. It's dangerous to even go up against someone who has this because what the assist codes have is that it increases the explosion range, increases the gum damage dealt to foes, and that is just not a pretty picture because here's what you can do with that. You can use this, and there's levels too with all these assist codes. If you max out to level 10 while having wall shooter and you're just doing gum shoots with Ususemi, you can instant bind someone with like one hit. Like one gum shoot, they're binded, and you can just combo off of that. So it's a really good combo to use with the wall shooter. It's assist not assist code. It's really good with the wall shooter Shinobi card. And yeah, that's so far we have three Shinobi cards in guard tier. We have three Shinobi cards in amazing, one in okay, two that's not very good, and one that's garbage. Now we have the last four, and these four, oh my gosh, we're getting there. So next up, we're gonna talk about a Shinobi card that was dropped in season two. It is known as Giant Killer. I'm gonna put that in God tier. What this does is that defeat an opponent who has made a big weapon even once, and you will automatically score an epone once. Resets each time you respawn. So if you guys are confused, how to get an epone is that your opponent has to be either gum bited or took gum damage recently to get the epone damage or the epone kill. Now, you can just with this Shinobi card, you can just get the epone without them being gum damage, only if they have like some type of like no damage at like no gum damage at all. All right, next up, yes, because that's Giant Killer is really a broken Shinobi card. It's also paired up with like Starting Dash, and is also paired up with these three Shinobi cards I'm going to mention right now. So far we have these four. These is like a combo right here. This is just a combo right here. Next up, we have Stealing Hyena. Stealing Hyena goes in amazing in front of Wall Shooter. This ability is really good. Now, what this does is that within a certain range, displays the position of foes with low life behind walls. Now, the assist codes that run with it is really good because most people uses this a lot. They don't use the assist code of increasing the range of it because like that's kind of useless. But the other two assist codes is that you move faster when you're chasing your opponent, and you deal increased gum damage with your gum shoots directed at foes with low HP. So it's a really good Shinobi card to run. And like most like weapons, like with Ippon katanas, I would say yo-yos, skateboards, like those types of weapons, they're really good to run with it. So it's gonna be an amazing above. Now now these two Shinobi cards were dropped in this season because right now we're in season 3. They were dropped in season 3, so we're gonna talk about these Shinobi cards right now. This one is gonna be called Parting. This one is called Parting Uta Semi. This is gonna be an amazing. I'm gonna put that in the middle of these two right here. Now, what this does is that every time you're defeated, you will leave an exploding gun Utusemi in your place, which means that every time you like get an Epon or you just die in general, you just have the doll there and it just explodes and it stays there for like a good period of time. And anyone who's caught in it, they take damage, and if they take enough damage, they end up dying from it. Now, the assist codes that run with it is that you can increase the range, you can have your ninjutsu gauge increase along with your S energy gauge increasing. So it's a really cool thing to do. But however, excuse me, the last one, it replenishes allies S energy. So I'm gonna read y'all the description. Allies caught in a blast of party Utsumi will get a boost to their S energy gauge, which is really good for team battles. So like if you will see use this in team battles and you have that Shinobi card equipped with the assist code, you can really help all your allies there. So it's a really good Shinobi card to use with the healing hammers. So you can just have like a good utility member in your team. Last but not least, we have gun boost impact. I'm gonna leave it in okay. I'm gonna leave it in okay right here. So what this does is that it emits a shockwave around you whenever your gun boost ends. So like whenever you do like an air dash, like there's a shockwave and people could get caught in it. Now the Shinobi cards that run with it, I'm sorry, I'm getting assist codes and Shinobi cards messed up. I apologize, but the assist codes that run with it is that you can expand the range, which is really good. I think this Shinobi card specifically is really good when it comes to like increasing range of something. So this one having the increased range is really a good use. Along with that, you can also increase your ninjutsu gauge, but that's when you defeat the foes that's hit by it. Not only that, people that does get hit by the shockwave also get their movement slowed down. So it's a really good Shinobi card to use. But now that I'm thinking about it, like it's a really because it's a really good Shinobi card to use. Like I've seen most hammer weapons players like use this type of Shinobi card. So I'm gonna actually take it off okay, and I'm gonna leave it right. Hmm. I'm gonna leave it right here, and that's it. So, yeah, yeah, this is the tier list right here. For God tier, we have Starting Dash, Pardo to Semi, we have Two Edge Parry, and Giant Killer. And for Amazing, we have like so many on the Amazing tier, and we have like these two. Just for a little bit more description on on the Shinobi cards that's like in the bottom tier, I'm gonna give you all a little bit more information on it because like these three right here, they're just not that used that much. Like some people use it, but it's just like 20% of players. And this one, it's just in between because like it's a yes and no type situation if you're running this like in either team battle or in battle royale because it works in both ways. It really does. And I'm going to end it right here. So you guys let me know like which Shinobi card would you put in a certain tier or which one would you drop down? Let me know in the comments because I'm curious. Other than that, I'm going to end it right here. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like and subscribe if you're new. It is always appreciated. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.